I said on my stream, like, I genuinely think I'm gonna ask before I play an MCC, like, is Build Mart on the roster? And if it is, I'm just not gonna play. Like, I just don't have fun during it. Like, that's the only thing. I think if I like
Really?
we did worse in Sands of Time than Build Mart, but I felt great after Sands of Time. I was like, that was really fun. We just messed up, whatever. But then after Build Mart, I literally like I'm just deflated. Like, I just feel like I just can't. Like, I feel like I just want to end stream. I don't think I've ever not had a Build Mart where I just wanted to end stream right after the Build Mart was over. And like we
Really?
had a strategy and everything. And like the thing is, like, I think I was probably more frustrated this time because we had like a strategy where we were working on only one build, and like it was working really well. And then there was like a build that looks like it's the floor for some reason. Like, I don't know
That
why
was
they did
mine
that.
too. I thought I was done with it. I went to go help another
Yeah,
build.
yeah, exactly. And we did too. It's like the thing is, our whole strategy was to just work on one build until we finished it. And so because we thought that build was done, we started working on the other builds and like getting last place on those. And we were getting first on like every build. And so if we had known that if like that build hadn't shown up, we might have gotten like first in Build Mart or something. But like that build showed up and it like looks like the floor. And so we left that build and we're like, what? Like we ran out after like 4 builds or something. And so we left the floor and then it like totally like screwed us. I definitely felt more like that probably made me feel. It made me feel like the kind of the stand time door or whatever. That's kind of how I felt. The same. I was like, "What is this design?
Yeah.
Why is there a thing on the floor?"
The Signs of Time
Um,
door, I actually like that, but I didn't like that they didn't like give us a warning about what it was. Like you were like the beta tester
yeah,
for that.
yeah, exactly. Like either a way out, even if it's complicated or risky, or like a warning. Like that's exactly what I said. I was just like, I have no. Like I just walked in and then I was like, because I've been through like 100 doors that are exactly the same and I'd never gotten whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, but like I was so like I was like I literally just felt like I feel like I've been so good at like being whatever. Like I feel like I've even like in games like I do poorly in or like we do poorly in like I was like fine. Like I didn't even like I said we got less points at Stand of Time than we did in Build Mart, but Build Mart just like felt horrible. And the
Yeah.
problem is like also it's getting played so late every time. And so it's like I just feel like that's gonna be like a continuing trend. I think it's because a lot of the teams that the top players like are bad at Build Mart. And so I think it's just like it just ruins my fun. Like I think that I was probably just like skip an MCC if it doesn't have like unless they could revamp it or something and I'd try it out
How
and
would you
see.
want it
But
revamped?
I don't know. I don't know. Like honestly, like I had a lot more fun up until that one build on Build Mart, working on one build with my team because at least it felt collaborative, like super collaborative, where it was like
Oh, big
we're
word.
all working together on this one thing.
Yeah.
Like that definitely
Well,
that felt way better to me than like just normal. But even then, I just feel like I don't know.
well, that's
I just feel
why I
like it's
kind
just
of like
flawed.
Build Mart. I like team games. So like Build Mart isn't like the best feeling game, but I like that we have to communicate so much, and that's why I like survival games as well. Also, Dream, can you watch the screen?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Me not looking at chat. I freaking nailed this. Look how fucking smart I am.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's why Build Mart frustrates me. I just feel like it's completely out of my control. Like just 100%. I just feel like I have no control over what happens.
Yeah.
It's really this one. Like the biggest thing that I think it was just the build that looks like the floor. Like our whole strategy relied on us doing that build over and over and over again because we would get first place over and over and over again, and it was working. We were like in third place or whatever for a while, and then like we just needed to finish that build, get first, and then we'd have another gold build, and we'd be able to get first on that gold build as well, and then we would have gotten so many points. But then the dumb build showed up that looked like the floor, and it just like totally
I know
screwed the entire strategy.
I literally did the same exact thing as all of you two. Like literally, I looked at it. I was like, oh, I'm done with this part. Let me move on and help someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the idea. So like MCC, it's not meant to be just like one thing. So like the fact that there is a game where building's involved makes me happy because like other people are good at that and that kind of stuff. Same thing like why I like bingo in the game. A, I'm good at it, but B, the whole aspect of survival, like basic survival, is in the game. But I do want Build
Yeah,
Mart to be tweaked a little bit.
I totally think a building game is great. I've said that so often. It's just like Build Mart. It's just like I've played building games like and sometimes I will play building games for like fun. Like I'll go on like Hypixel and play like a building game. Like I'll play like Build Battle or something. Like I think building can be very fun. I just think like the way that Build Mart is executed, like I just want to die. Like every time I'm in Build Mart. Like, I just legitimately like I said last event even before this one that like legitimately I feel like I would enjoy more just logging off, going and getting like a eating like a burger or something, coming back when Build Mart's done, and then just continuing to play the event. So my two options are this: either I don't play unless Build Mart's not getting played, or I'm gonna be like a menace to society and just be like, calculate my individual score off of not Build Mart Reddit. I'm just gonna sit out Build Mart, and I don't even care. Like My team's gonna hate me because I'm literally just leaving during build mart. You can sub someone in.
Toxic.
I'll just have internet problems during build mart, and we can sub in
No,
like
no, no,
Philza
no.
or something.
You can now have like one of you or Sapnap sit out the MCC, and when Build Mart comes up, just have Sapnap take over for you.
Saddam hates Build Mart too. Like George was talking to me before the event. And he was so mad that he's like, "Oh, Build Mart. I so hope Build Mart doesn't get played. Like no one likes Build Mart." And he's like, "Wait, well, so I guess some people like Build Mart, but still, I don't like Build Mart." But yeah, I don't know. I think there needs to be a building game. I just think that the way it is, it's just so like.
I don't like. I'm trying to think of like another building game.
It's so much intensity for a building game. Like why is a building game intense? Like buildings, like I sit there with like I sit there and like the birds are chirping and you know like whatever that's building. It's not like PvP. It's like sitting there with Build Mart and Build Mart's like dun, 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 like go everywhere, go everyone go as fast as you can, like, and you need like everyone. I feel like the teams that do good in Build Mart are just the good people who have like experience with the building, and that's it.
Hear me out. Sands of Time, but Build Mart instead. So they have the Sands of Time thing where you have to go down freaking tunnels and get building blocks, and then you come back to the center and you build.
But also, I think one thing that I think that's interesting is I think every other game but Build Mart, you have to have like multiple, like there's multiple skills, so different players that are bad at certain things can take over different aspects. Like Sands of Time, there's a sand keeper, and there's people that do more parkour in Sands of Time because they can do that. And then like in Sky Battle, obviously there's people who bridge, people who like want to bow more, grab the creeper egg, there's people who want to, people who build towards the middle, or people who actually fight or whatever. With Build Mart, it's just like either you're good at building or you're not, and that's it. Either you know the crafting recipes or you don't, and that's it. And it's not like you can have people that designated to different things and doing different roles, because like I am not a builder. I will never be a builder. Why do I have to be a builder during this game? Whereas like every other game, there can be a different role. Like obviously with parkour time, you're not a good at parkour.
Well, with Build Mart,
then
there's
don't be
one different role that you can do. It's like the floater that goes out and do stuff, but that's still not the best. I like something
pretty
else
much,
alongside
but it's
of it.
basically just building. You're just collecting blocks. Like the only other thing is like, oh, elytra, but it's like the way they have the elytra set up, it's not even like you have to go through rings or something. It's like, oh well, you missed the elytra and then you just get a speed pad and it takes you like an extra 2 seconds. Congrats.
Yeah.
Like I just think that either they need to make it a game that involves more skill. So everybody's like, as an example, someone like me who just despises building doesn't have to be only building for flipping 10 minutes. Because then by the end of it, I just feel like, especially when obviously it's like, it's the fact that it's so boring and I know I'm bad at it with doing bad, right? Like obviously if I was doing better, I know I would enjoy it more. I wouldn't enjoy it though, but I would enjoy it more for sure.
I'm surprised you don't like the intensity of it. Like that was one of your complaints. I didn't expect that. I thought the intensity you would like about it.
I don't really like the intense games. Like I feel like in my mind, like the intense games to me are the worst ones, and they should be changed to be less intense. Like, but I think that there's difference. Like, I think like Sky Battle. I don't think Sky Battle is. I think like legitimately like Build Mart's probably like to me the most intense game. Like, but then again, I think that's just me. But I think like realistically, like probably survival games is the most intense game.
Yeah.
And I think Sands of Time to me, it's one of the things where like Sands of Time, I only have fun when I win because of how intense it is, right? So it's like either I win or I get nothing and I lose and it sucks.
I love Sands of Time. I'm gonna preach Sands of Time is the most perfect game
I love
possible.
when I win Sands of Time, or when I do, not when I win, but when I do well in Sands of Time, I love Sands of Time. Like even this event, I guess this event my team did 7th and I really enjoyed it. I had so much fun. I think it was amazing. My team got 7th. So I don't think it's not even necessarily that. I think it's more just like, I guess I probably, it's just my pre-opinion where like my first couple Sands of Time just it didn't really go very well, and I've kind of had that sour taste in my mouth about like the possibility of what could happen,
Yeah, but I think it's.
But then I haven't made as many mistakes. Even this time when I did, I was like, yeah, but at the same time, I kind of had to. I was trying to help Tommy, and it was really out of my control. I took the damage and whatever, like, so.
Yeah, it happens. I like the Sands of Time. Like just anything can happen. You can mess up one thing and be punished for it. But like the main thing you gotta remember is just not die. Like if you die, it's so punishing. Like, people will say, like, oh, it's just one sand, but that's, like, literally 10 seconds for each player. And the fact that you have to go back and get your stuff and you're losing Sapnap.
I agree. It sucks. So I don't know if I'm gonna say Sam listening. I said I'm not. I feel like I'm just gonna skip out on events in the future that have Build Mart on like the playlist or whatever.
Ah, come on, Dream. It's
no,
Build Mart. It's Build Mart.
I'm being serious. If they revamp it, even if they revamp it by the next event or whatever, like I'm perfectly fine with that. I feel like even if it's like a change that's like it's like they don't have to like make it a whole new game mode or whatever. But legitimately, I just think in its current state, like it's generally it's just about fun. Like MCC recently to me has been so much about fun, right? Like I've had a lot of fun. Even this event, I had so much fun. And I think that in every single game, even the games we did poorly, and even in the past in games I did poor in, like it's all about fun. And to me, like Build Mart, I legitimately want to like I don't even know. I just like I said, I would rather. I feel like I genuinely would have 10 times the fun logging out, going getting a snack, sitting down and watching some TV for 20 minutes, and then coming back and playing the games. Even if my individual score tanks and I end up getting 20th place, I would still my morale would be like so much higher. You know. I think that's the problem to me. Is like I don't like why would I don't know. I just feel like I'd rather like I'm fine with they put it in every other event or something and I just skip every other event or something like that's fine. I don't it's
I'm not gonna lie.
It'd be whatever, but
I'm the kind of guy that I hear you despising Build Mart and it makes me happy. I like when there's games that you hate.
Like yeah. I mean, yeah, but I think it's one of those things where like parkour. It's like with Parkour Warrior. Like I think Parkour Warrior and Build Mart are the exact same. Like there has to be a parkour game, and it doesn't make sense. There has to be a parkour game, but the way Parkour Warrior was made was flawed in that there was like a section of players who absolutely despised it. Like I remember Grian saying exactly what I'm saying, but about Parkour Tag, Parkour Warrior, saying he just doesn't want to play and that he's not going to play if Parkour Warrior is in because it's just not fun. And that's exactly how I feel about Build Mart. And I feel like it's the same sentiment. I know George has, I know Sapnap has, I know like 90% of the players I've teamed with have. In terms of for Build Mart, and I think it's just because like I team with people that have similar mindsets to me, right? And so it's like, I think there's like 30% of the event that like absolutely despises Build Mart and thinks it's like the bane of their existence and like literally like hate it. There's probably like 10% that literally would rather like log out and not play, but like have to because otherwise their team loses.
That's
and
me
then
with
I feel
Sky
like
Battle.
there's probably 30% that love it. Like it was the exact same way with Parkour Warrior. So
there was one of the main reasons why I set out MCC 15 was actually because Sands of Time just wasn't in rotation. It made me so sad when I set out MCC 15, and then it was like, oh yeah, it's back
totally
in.
Fair. That's totally fair. Like, I think I totally and the funny thing is I had a similar sentiment whenever they were saying they were going to remove Parkour Warrior. I was like I mean that's like the most fun I have in MCC is like Parkour Warrior. I was like I don't know, maybe I'll skip out.
I don't hate
But then they
Parkour
said they're going to add another
Warrior.
parkour game, and I was like okay. And then when they added Parkour Tag, I was like okay, that's whatever. I at first I was like I'll try it out, and then I liked it, and then I'm like okay, I feel like that's a fine that fixes in my opinion the flaws of Parkour Warrior is what Parkour Tag has done. And so I think it's similar. How lucky was that? He just fell.
What do you mean lucky? That was pure skill. I don't want to hear it. Parkour Warrior, I think that just needed to be tested a little bit more because there was like thresholds. Like there was stupid like level 3 jumps that were way too difficult for newbies. Like do you remember the glass jump or whatever where you had to line it up perfectly, which was already hard as it is, and then they added the trapdoors to it? You know what I'm talking about? That one annoyed the hell out of me. Like I could do it.
Again, I have to talk about this a million times, so I'm just like flogging.